I was watching YouTube and I started going down the rabbit hole. And there was a story of a dude who was 26-year-old, a black dude. I don't know how many years ago or months ago this happened, but so the story goes that this dude has 6 kids. He's 26 years old. He lives in a bad ghetto neighborhood. You can tell because the news cameras are showing just the surroundings. It looks like a fucking dump. And the family was moving, and as they were moving, somebody shot and killed him. And then everybody in the comments are like, oh, poor guy, oh, poor so-and-so. And then a couple people, I guess they were trolling, they were like, wow, 26 with 6 kids, he must have had a really good job. And of course, then you got people like, you're a fucking troll, blah, blah, blah. And then they were saying some other trollish comments. But, the thing with that story is the trollish comments were actually true. Here's, I don't even know this guy. And when you're 26 and you have 6 kids, to me, it shows that you have a lack of responsibility. And when you're 26 and you have 6 kids and you live in a ghetto ass dump, I'm gonna guess you don't really have a good job. I'm gonna guess your job ain't so hot. And when you're young, and even if you have 3 kids, it shows that when you have your 4th child, you're making bad decisions. You're making mistakes in your life. So when he got shot and killed, I don't know what the beef was over and whoever shot him, but I don't know, lack of responsibility, making bad decisions, getting shot and killed. I'm guessing he did something else that was also bad decision making that got him shot and killed. And I'm not saying in this video that I don't care that he was killed. That's not it at all. But you got to understand, however you were raised. But I say by the time you're 23, 24, you're starting to round out your brain. That's when you should start learning to not make any more stupid mistakes in your life. And when you already have 5 kids, and then you have another one, you have a 6th kid, and then you get shot and killed, it just shows a lack of judgment in your life. It just shows a lack of really just discipline. And you have 6 kids, you live in the ghetto, and you get shot and killed. Some people are going to say like, oh, he was a family man. I don't know. Is it a family man to be on welfare? Is that a family man? And I know some people will say like, how do you know he's on welfare? What, he was not on welfare? They're just going to live in some ghetto ass hood dump, Section 8 garbage. And then you're moving, which is good because you're trying to move out of the hood. But people said in the comments, oh, he was trying to get out of the bad neighborhood and put his family in a better position. No, he wasn't. They were going from one ghetto dump to another. That's all they did. Unless they found a place that had Section 8 in a nice neighborhood. And a lot of times people, they don't want to take Section 8 people because they fuck everything up wherever they move to. Like 9 out of 10 times from what I've experienced, read, and seen. Yeah, when you get Section 8, when you're not paying for it, when you're not paying for your rent or your mortgage, you tend to disrespect where you live. It's kind of like the whole argument about how college should be free. No, it shouldn't be free, because if you're not paying for going to school, then you're not deserving of it, and you're not going to work nearly as hard because you're not paying for it. So who cares? People are really stupid. I don't understand. 26 and he has 6 kids, and then people have the nerve when the trolls, or I wouldn't even call them trolls, I'd call them truth tellers, when they bring up some glaring points about what we're looking at here, and then people want to defend this guy. I mean, do you think he got shot and killed because he was an upstanding family man? He worked really hard every day and he came home and minded his business? No, of course not. No, he got into some shit and somebody was not having it and they killed him. That's it. I tell you this, if you don't want to be killed, and I tell everybody this, if you don't want to be killed, don't live in a bad neighborhood. Okay? Don't live in a bad neighborhood. Don't live around other ghetto ass people because they will kill you. And, if you can't afford to not live in a ghetto neighborhood, then get a fucking job so you could afford to not live in a ghetto neighborhood. And if rent is an issue, hey, move to a place that you could afford that has a decent neighborhood. Get out of the dump that you live in. And, if you don't want to do that, then just stay around the hood and get shot. That's all you got to do. Just get shot. I don't have no sympathy for idiots. If you can't figure it out and you're in the hood and people are shooting at you and they want to kill you, I mean, it's your fault. Get out of the hood. If not, you can't afford to stay in the hood. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of places you can live in this country. I know rent is going up, but rent is crazy right now. But there's a lot of places that I see in this nation that the neighborhoods are not that bad and the rent is pretty inexpensive. But you got to remember, though, any place that you're paying rent that's either inexpensive or cheap, you're going to be living around other people who are also inexpensive and cheap.